you ready for a road trip? Do you want to go on a road trip? Hundreds and hundreds of miles on a road trip? I need to put up some graphics. I'm not good at this stuff. I need some stuff. I'm not good. I'm not good at this stuff at all. I'm just an amateur here. Just yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. She doesn't want me doing the video today. She wants me with her today. So, anyways, welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina K-R-S-T-I-N-A. This is where we read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme music, no fancy smancy stuff going on here. And, so, this is If Then 116, 117, something like that. And it's Friday, and it's summer, and it's road trip season. So I thought we'd take our road trip. Shall we take a road trip? Get me some cars and honking and stuff and sound effects that all the other peoples would have. But if you could hit the like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it, though. Give it the old thumbs up. Even if you hate it, still give it the thumbs up, please. It helps. This channel will never be monetized, ever. But I would like subscribers. I would like people to see my stuff at least. But anyways, we're going on a road trip. You with a View, Jessica Joyce. Noelle Shepherd is unemployed, living with her parents and grieving the loss of her beloved grandmother when she discovers decade-old photos of Graham and a smitten man tucked alongside a love letter. She creates a TikTok to search for the mystery man, which goes viral, and she's shocked when his grandson responds, a man who happens to be her high school nemesis, Theo Spencer. Nicole refuses to let Theo's annoying accomplishments in adulthood or his sexy smirk stand in the way of meeting his grandfather and unlocking the secrets he knew about her Graham as a young woman. When she learns that their plans to elope were thwarted, Nicole decides to take the honeymoon road trip they planned but never got to carry out. There's a catch, though. Paul, Theo's grandfather, asks to come with her and insists Theo join them. Will there be love? Off the Map, Trisha Dollar. Clara Black's life motto is here for a good time, not for a long time. She's been traveling the world on her own in a vintage Jeep Wrangler for a decade, stopping only long enough to replenish her adventure fund. She doesn't do love, and she doesn't ever go home. Eamon Sullivan is a modern-day cartographer who creates digital maps. His work helps people find their way, but he's the one who's lost his sense of direction. He's unhappy at work, recently dumped, and his one big dream is being stalled, literally. Fate throws them together when Carla arrives in Dublin for her best friend's wedding, and Eamon is tasked with picking her up from the airport. But what should be a simple drive across Ireland quickly becomes complicated with chemistry-filled detours. Yay! Chemistry! Lift a leg! And Something Wild and Wonderful, Anita Kelly. Alexi's journey on the Pacific Crest Trail begins with a single snake and it's angling for the hot stranger who seemed to have appeared out of thin air. Lex is prepared for rattlesnakes, blisters, and months of solitude, but he isn't prepared for Ben. Ben comes into his life on a 2,500-mile trail. Alexa keeps running into the outgoing and charismatic hiker with golden hair, golden brown eyes again and again and again, and it might be coincidence or it might be love or might be fate. We'll have to read the book to find out. Now let's go down the Regency Road. My Regencies. Kate Bateman. Road Trip with a Rogue. Daisy Hamilton's new mission for King & Company, London's premier private investigation firm, is simple. Stop heiress Violetta Brand from eloping. But her case is derailed when she mistakenly holds up the carriage of Lucian Van, Duke of Cranford, cynical war hero, infamous libertine, and the very man who broke her heart 5 years ago. Lucian's determined to see his lovesick nephew married to Miss Brand, but the unexpected appearance of Daisy, the one woman he's never been able to forget, threatens to ruin his plans. So why doesn't he get together with Daisy and let the other two get together on their own? You see what I'm saying? Mrs. Nash's ashes. Millicent Watts Cohen is on a mission when she promised her elderly best friend that she'd reunite her with the woman she fell in love with nearly 80 years ago. Millie never imagined that would mean traveling from D.C. to Key West with the 3 tablespoons of Mrs. Nash remains in her backpack. But Millie's determined to give her friend a symbolic happily ever after before it's really too late and hopefully reassure herself of love's lasting power in the process. She just didn't expect to have a living, traveling companion. Who'd she pick up? After computer glitch ground flights, Millie is forced to catch a ride with Hollis Hollenbeck, an also stranded acquaintance from her ex's MFA program. Hollis does not believe in happily ever after, symbolic or otherwise, and makes it quite clear that he can't fathom Millie's plan ending well for anyone. What a Scrooge! What an absolute Scrooge! My nose is gonna come off today. 1,000 miles to Graceland. Elvis! Woohoo! Grace Johnson can't escape the feeling that her life is on autopilot until her husband announces he's done with their marriage. Grace has a choice: wallow in humiliation or reluctantly grant her outlandish mother's 70th birthday wish with a road trip to Graceland. Buckle up, Elvis. We're on our way. We're going to see Elvis. Now the two are hightailing it from El Paso to Memphis, leaving a trail of sequins, false eyelashes, and difficult memories in their wake. Between spontaneous roadside stops to psychics, wig mishaps, and familiar passive-aggressive singers, Grace is starting to better understand her Elvis-obsessed mama and her own fragile connection. Getting to know Mom and Elvis. Debbie Maycomer, A Turn in the Road. In the middle of the year, in the middle of her life, Bethany Hamlin takes a road trip with her daughter Annie and her former mother-in-law Louise. They're driving to Florida for Ruth's 50th high school reunion. A longtime widow, Ruth would like to connect with Royce, the love of her teenage life. She's heard he's alone too, and well, she's curious, maybe even hopeful. Beth Ann needs time to reflect, to ponder a decision she has to make. Her ex-husband Grant, her children's father, wants to reconcile now that his second marriage has failed. Bethany's considering. Meanwhile, Annie's out to prove her one-time boyfriend that she can live with a brilliant life without him. See what happens with the 3 of them. Maybe they'll do some bonding too. The Road Trip. Beth O'Leary. 4 years ago, Dylan and Addie fell in love under the Providence sun. Wealthy Oxford students, Dylan was staying at his friend Cherry's enormous French villa. Wild child Addie was spending her summer on the site caretaker. 2 years ago, their relationship officially ended. They haven't spoken since. Today, Dylan and Addie's lives collide again. It's the day before Cherry's wedding, and Addie and Dylan crash cars at the start of their journey. The car Dylan was driving is wrecked, and the wedding is in rural Scotland. He'll never get there on time by public transportation. So they got to go together and have those conversations they've been avoiding forever. The Last American Road Trip. It's one thing to study the fall of democracy, another to experience it firsthand, and yet another to raise children as it happens. The Last American Road Trip is one family's journey to the most beautiful and bizarre places in the United States during one of the most tumultuous eras. While working as a journalist covering politics in 2016, Sarah becomes determined that her young children see all of America before it's too late. So Sarah, her husband, and their kids hit the road again and again. Starting from Missouri, the family drives across the United States in every direction as cataclysmic events reshape the next 8 years of American life. They explore national parks, historic sites, and American icons as Sarah contemplates love for country in a broken land. She should see it now. And our final road trip book, Sarah Morgan, The Summer Seekers. Yes, we are seeking summer. We are seeking heat. Kathleen is 80 years old after she has run in with an intruder. Her daughter wants her to move into a residential home, but she's not having any of it. What she craves, what she needs is adventure. Yes, adventure. Liza is drowning in the daily stress of family life. The last thing she needs is a mother jetting off on a wild holiday, making Lisa long for a solo summer of her own. Martha is having a quarter-life crisis, unemployed, unloved, and uninspired. She just can't get her life together, but she knows something has to change. When Martha sees Kathleen's advertisement for a drive-in companion to share an epic road trip across America with her, she decides this job might be the answer to her prayers. She's not the world's best driver, but anything has to be better than living with her parents. Traveling with a stranger? Unknown stranger? I don't know. So those are our 10 books for Road Trip. What do you think? Anything inspire you? We're looking at some libraries next week, possibly, maybe, sort of, kind of. We'll see what happens. Don't forget Star Trek Voyager recaps or Star Trek Next Generation recaps on Fridays. Flashback Mondays. I'm looking for new ideas. If anybody has any, please suggest on the Flashback Monday page. And JD Robb, Eve Dallas Saturdays, Unboxing Sundays, and my daily book reviews. Have a good one.